y'all. Welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, Recruiting in Yoga Pants. We're back. Part 2 of our counteroffer discussion. This time, we're getting in the weeds. We're going to go deep into the reasons that a recruiter will tell you not to accept a counteroffer. And I am here to refute all of those reasons. Not making friends this week, y'all. I know. People are they're gonna be calling for my head. This might get me on like Recruiting Hell or LinkedIn Lunatics. I don't know. It's gonna be bad, but it's important because you, my friends, are the captains of your own career ships, and I want you to be able to make the decisions that are best for you. Don't worry about what the recruiter thinks. We're not paying your mortgage, okay? You get to decide. So I wrote these down. It's very important I got these right. These are curated from numerous conversations, posts on LinkedIn, commentary, things I've said to people in the past. I am not proud of that, where I have used some of these tactics to try to convince my candidates not to take counteroffers back in the day. I was a baby recruiter who didn't know any better. I believed the bad data, the manipulations and the misconceptions, and I apologize. If any of my candidates from about 2001 to about 2008 are watching, please accept my apology. I may have steered you wrong on the topic of counteroffers. And specifically, if I ever told you that 80% of people who accept a counteroffer leave anyway within 6 months, please know that I was an idiot for saying that, because it is not true. It is demonstrably false. My own data refutes it, and I think if you were to do a serious poll of the people in your life, friends, family, colleagues who've accepted counteroffers, I think you would find that far more than 2 out of 10 do just fine. I'm just saying. Now, that doesn't mean that recruiters have not had their own personal lived and professional experiences. Maybe for that person, 8 out of 10 people they know crashed and burned. That could be true for them. I would have some questions, but it's possible. But generally speaking, this is not an actual, provable, industry-accepted data point. The staffing agency world loves it because it feeds the narrative that counteroffers are bad, but it is still indeed hot, steaming bull caca. Sorry, that's a fact. Okay, so now that you're all angry at me, let's move on. So, 5 reasons that a recruiter will tell you not to accept a counteroffer and why it's wrong. Number 1, I wrote these down. Okay, number 1, nothing has changed. Now, the idea behind this one, nothing has changed, is the idea that you went looking for a new job for a reason. Something was missing. You weren't making enough money. You didn't like your commute. Your boss sucks. You're bored. Whatever it is. There are any number of reasons that you might be looking for a new role. And if you do explore different opportunities for one of those reasons, and you do get a counteroffer that does not address those reasons, then yes, this is factually true. But here's the rub. Were you looking in the first place? So this is where this gets interesting, particularly from the agency point of view, because not all, but a lot of agency recruiters will also tell us that the best people are happily employed. So if I'm going after a happily employed person, but then also telling that happily employed person who I convinced to talk to my client that, oh, but remember you were leaving for these reasons? No, actually I wasn't. I was happy. You offered something that was potentially better, and maybe it's just not better. That's okay. Like, it just may not be. That's okay. So that refutes number one right there. Like, maybe there wasn't a root cause. Maybe I just wanted to test the market and see what was out there. I'm not running away from anything. I'm not unhappy with anything. I'm well compensated. I just wanted to see if you had something better, and guess what? You don't. I'm staying. That's valid. And that happens. Maybe the root cause is money. Maybe we are genuinely pressure testing the market and saying, wonder if I could make more somewhere else. Okay, I get an offer for an extra 10K. I get more equity. I get more PTO, whatever it is. Hey, manager, I have this opportunity. This is what it pays. Wait, hold on. Let's see if we can make it right. I get more money. Well, my problem was solved. Now here's the pushback. Well, if that company valued you, you wouldn't have had to ask for more money to get more money. That's a lot of words to say you don't understand how compensation review cycles work. Here's the reality. Most companies are going to be on some kind of an annual review, comp review process. And we get our little raises and we get our little, comp adjustments or equity refreshers or whatever. And then we do it again next year. And then we do it again next year. So let's say that happens in, October. And then fast forward to July. Well, now I'm having a conversation about a potential, counter, and I have this other offer in hand or whatever. You wouldn't get another raise until October again. So no, it's not, well, if the company really valued you, blah, blah, blah. No, you're outside of the normal comp review cycle. That's why we have a process to get special permission to go get a counter if that is the decision the company's made and that's what it takes to keep you. So, don't let people, manipulate you. That's really what that is. You know that, right? You're being manipulated. They're telling you, well, they didn't value you, when in reality, the company didn't know that's where you were at this particular stage because we think about comp increases in October, not in July. Okay, now I want you to, some people love the whole recruiting is dating bullshit analogies. So let's play, okay? Let's say I want my husband to buy me flowers every Friday, okay? And he doesn't do that. He buys me flowers once a month. The first Sunday of every month he buys me flowers. Well, I want flowers every Friday. And you know what? If my husband valued me, he would give me flowers every Friday. No, because our routine is first Sunday of the month. I have not articulated to him that I want every Friday. He's not a mind reader, and neither is your boss. So please don't fall for the emotional manipulation that is, well, they valued you. Shut up. That is so annoying. Honestly, I know what you're doing. Just stop it. Oh my God, we're 9 minutes in and we're still on the first topic. It's going to be a long one, friends. Okay, so has something actually changed? Did you tell somebody you needed this to be changed? Those are things you need to unpack. Second, your loyalty is now in question. I don't know if I can trust you because you interviewed with another company. The drama. It's business, y'all. Come on now. It's business. Do you think your boss isn't out there interviewing on on occasion? Do you think their boss doesn't have the occasional networking call? Y'all are silly if you think that any sane employer is going to look at that as some kind of breach of loyalty. Every damn one of us is working for the money. We're going to have networking conversations. We're going to explore opportunities. We're going to consider things that are best for us. And any manager who takes that approach, well, I just don't think you're loyal to the company. That's your sign. Get out. Okay, that's ridiculous. Your loyalty is to yourself. Your loyalty is to your own career. Your loyalty is to your family and to your mortgage company, okay? So I would say, I would counter this one with any manager that actually believes that and would hold it against you for doing what's best for you and exploring your options does not deserve to have you report into them. So that would be a sign that you should leave. But that's going to be the rare case. Most managers are going to be like, I get it. I do the same. And I am doing the same, or have done the same, or will do the same. Like, that's just silly. That is a goofy... Nobody worth working for is going to fall for that nonsense. All right, third. This is a funny one. This is where, we're all mind readers now. We know exactly how people think. This is great. This is a temporary fix. The company is slapping a Band-Aid to keep you just long enough to replace you on their own time. So the logic that follows is the minute you signal the possibility that you might be open to something else, or maybe have an offer in hand, or might be, potentially ready to move on, the company is now starting up this Machiavellian, backdoor, secret post a role or hire an agency and go find someone to replace you. And then as soon as we interview that person and get an offer out to that person, then we're going to come in and fire you. No. Let me tell you why. Firing people, particularly in large companies, it's a process. There's documentation. There's maybe PIPs that need to be written. It's unlikely. I'm not going to say this never, ever, 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 ever happens, but the same boss that's going to pull that nonsense is the one that's bitching to you about being disloyal. So you're going to see it coming, okay? That's my opinion. So I don't think this happens except in rare cases. I'm not going to say never because I don't believe in always and nevers in recruiting. But I will say this is going to be one of those rare situations where someone's just butthurt and making bad leadership decisions. But again, rare. I don't believe it's as common as recruiters want you to think. Okay, number 4, missed opportunity. Well, if you don't take my client's job, you're going to miss out on so much growth and opportunity and money and all the things. Maybe. Or maybe the things that are important to me, what I consider opportunity, what I care about, I'm getting where I'm at. Maybe staying is the better opportunity. Maybe going to a completely different company is the better opportunity. There's always going to be the road not taken. There's a whole poem about this, right? Was it Robert Frost? I can't remember. Anyway, there's always going to be a missed opportunity no matter what direction you go. So that's silly. If I take the new job, I'm missing whatever opportunity might have come to me in my current role. If I stay in my current role, I'm missing whatever opportunity I might have had at the new job. There's no way to not miss an opportunity no matter what you decide. So that's a stupid argument. It just logically falls apart, okay? Should not have to say that out loud, but here we are. Okay, finishing it up, bringing it home 15 minutes later. Now you've burned a bridge. You have damaged your reputation beyond control. You will never work in this town again. Recruiter friends, respectfully, get over yourself. Seriously. The only way I'm going to align to this or even potentially consider this as a possible outcome is if you have accepted the offer You have decided on a start date. You have started making moves and plans to join the new organization, and then you withdraw. If you have made the commitment to join the new company, and then the day before you're supposed to start or something, or are really close, you say, never mind, I'm going to stay. That's going to sting. That's going to hurt a little bit. That's going to be like maybe a little bit of a black mark in your ATS file, okay? That's a rare case. But if you haven't accepted the offer in the first place, and if you've been transparent and said all along, like, I'm considering this, I'm gathering data, I'm thinking about my options, I'm making a decision, turning down an offer is not burning a bridge. And if it is, the person who made the offer is probably one of the wackadoodles who's going to be mad at you for being disloyal and also be backdoor replacing you if you dare ever show a hint of disloyalty. Those kind of go together for me. I'm just saying, I think that's the same person who's operating that way. Not somebody I want to work for. So, super long video this week, but we covered a lot of ground. At the end of the day, the most important thing for you all to keep in mind is do what is best for you. It is not my business how you manage your career. It is not any recruiter's business how you manage your career. Our job is to present you with opportunity, to help you understand the pros and cons of going and staying, to understand what is great about the offer that we're giving you, and to hopefully encourage you to accept it. Of course I want people to accept the offers I make them. Of course I do. But not at the expense of your career satisfaction and your long-term happiness. Because guess what? If I arm wrestle you into joining my organization because I scared the shit out of you with these nonsensical reasons, you're going to leave in 6 months anyway. That, my friends, is the real risk. All right, y'all. Questions? Did any of this resonate with y'all? Anything that we should discuss more thoroughly? I definitely could have spent another 20 minutes on this topic and breaking down the individual reasons. But basically, do what's best for you. Get all the data, understand the pros and cons of any direction you decide to go, and don't worry so much about this fake counteroffer data. It's not real. All right, y'all. See you next week.